Good magical morning. Welcome to It's in the Cards with Cards with Kelly on Wednesday, April the 15th, 2020. Hello, how are you? How are my magical friends doing out there? I hope that you are all still staying home, staying well, staying safe. I hope that you and your loved ones are healthy, and I pray that you continue to be and stay healthy. So let's see what's in the energies today. I know the weather has been a little bit funny here in Ottawa the last few days. We've had sun and then cloud and then windstorm and rain and snow within the last 3 days, I think. So let's see if the energy is just as wild and ever-changing as the weather is. I have a feeling that it just might be. I mean, as we know, energy reflects what's going on around us, and Mother Nature and the world around us is part of that. So there's definitely a connection there. And while I shuffle, these cards seem to be taking a few minutes to really get settled. What's your sleep been like? I know a lot of people who are spiritually connected have been having really disturbed sleeps, either much more vivid dreams than usual, different kinds of dreams. I know for the last several months I've been having really bad dreams, and I don't usually have bad dreams anymore, but I've been having really bad nightmares and just waking up from awful dreams, having to spend some recovery time after those kinds of dreams. Some light workers or spiritually connected people have been feeling like a strange energy running up and down their body throughout the night, almost like you had, 5 cups of Coca-Cola or coffee or something, and it's either a little burning sensation or maybe just like a light, bubbly, almost sparkly sensation. Some people are just having crazy insomnia, just not being able to sleep. Nothing's wrong, no physical sensation, just not settling. And so the night seems to be bringing a lot of activity on the spiritual level. And I have learned from several spiritual teachers that I follow and listen to that there's definitely a lot of activity going on, and it's affecting us at the physical and human level, and the night is when we are most connected with our environment around us because our mind is at rest, and so we are feeling it the most. As the earth does her transition, we too are transitioning, and we are climatizing to this new way of the world, this new energy, this new world is a lot of the spiritual world is calling it, which is yet to be seen. So just hang on tight and know that if you are experiencing some strange things at night, just know that you are part of the bigger story. You are part of something big and amazing that is happening right now, and it's an honor to be part of it, but just hang on tight and know that it won't last forever. This strange nighttime whatever is going on will not be forever. So what do I have in the cards today? So I have the Journey upside down in reverse. Okay, I have Freedom. And I have a Blessing on your wisdom. I'm getting a few stories here from these cards. The Journey in reverse, first of all, means not journeying, of course, probably reflecting what we're all doing right now, right? Just staying still. We've read that the virus spreads when people spread it, so we're all just asked to just stay still so that we don't spread the virus. But as I've talked to you about before, spiritually we're being asked to just stop doing, stop changing, just go within, just pause and just go within. So this card is reminding us yet again that both physically and spiritually we're being asked to just go within, just stop moving, just stop doing, and just be for a minute. Just stay still and see what fire burns inside. This is where we're going to find freedom. The true freedom, the freedom of the spirit. This is where we find true peace, quiet, the connection between ourselves and the divine. We're always connected. We just sometimes forget to sit and look at that connection or feel it. And know that that is how the divine will send wisdom to you. But we must be still and connect within and get ready to receive this wisdom. I'm being told a lot of you will find that your intuitive abilities, your intuitive senses will begin to grow even more than they are right now. So prepare for that. I do get a sense that humans in general are going to become more intuitive. Of course, we've always had this sense, right? We used to call it the sixth sense, the intuitive ability, the gut feeling, that kind of thing. We are, it's almost like we're going through a physical evolution, which is now evolving this part of us by separating us. A new part of us is coming out more. To connect with each other, we have to reach out at another level. We have to reach out through technology, which rides waves through the air, right? So does intuition. Intuition rides waves through the air, rides energy. And so we're actually evolving to another version of ourselves that has that part of us bigger, stronger, more prominent. So for those of you who might be finding that your intuition is growing, enjoy it, embrace it. It sounds like we as a human species are in the middle of an evolution on that level. That was the first story that the guides wanted me to talk about the cards with. Now the second story, they want to hone in on love, okay? So the first story about how we're spiritually and physically, it's a physical part of who we are too, our ability to have intuition. That is a part of our sort of regular everyday, but it's also a part of our love life. So remember that when we are in love, it's not just about romance and you know, going on dates and having that wonderful feeling. My husband and I call it the butterflies in our stomach. It's about expressing love, which is the energy of the divine. So love is completely connected, of course, to our spirituality. And this card here is, this is one of my twin flame cards. So it could be that we're talking about your twin flame, or for some of you, it is a soulmate. What these are, they're similar but different. They're both other souls that we knew before we came to the earth. So a soulmate is someone that, I mean, most of you are probably aware of this. A soulmate is another soul that we knew before coming here, and we had made an agreement with and said, yeah, when we get to earth, when we get to this day and this time, let's you and I meet up and we'll come together, either for a lifetime or for a period of time, and we'll recognize each other at a soul level. It's one of those people that you meet and you feel like you've known them forever, because you probably have. And we have several soulmates throughout our lives, and depending on what agreement we made with them before we came, we can live out that agreement, or what we call contract. And so that's a soulmate, and sometimes they're friends, sometimes they're family, sometimes they're a love, a great romantic love. And the twin flame is a similar idea. The idea is that it's almost like twin souls. So one theory is that they are actually one soul broken into two. The theory I resonate more with is that they're more like twins. So they're each their own whole self, but and it would be like identical twins, but you know, one likes I don't know what, flying in the air, and the other one likes digging in the dirt. So they're identical twins, so in so many ways they're the same, and then in some ways they're complete opposites. But they have a connection that is like no other. They are one in so many ways, and yet, like I said, opposite in so many other ways. And the story behind a twin flame is that, you know, they live their own lives, and at some point they meet, and the intensity between them is so intense that it will pull them together like magnets, but then become too explosive, and they often, you know, stir up things in each other, and then have this big explosion, usually a fight or misunderstanding or something, and then they go apart, and they go into separation. And in this time, they are supposed to be healing whatever wound was created or really brought up within themselves, and then they come back together. The difference between this and a toxic relationship is that the twin flames are usually not inflicting wounds upon each other. They're usually mirroring to the other person something that was already in them, and they need to bring it up and heal it. So in essence, they are the great healers for each other. But it's a very intense connection, and can be quite difficult to go through this whole, what they call the twin flame journey. And the idea is, once that all of the wounds within you have been brought up by this true love of yours and healed through all of this sort of, you know, back and forth healing, then sometimes, not always, sometimes these twin flames can come together in love and as lovers, and can live this extraordinarily beautiful, loving life together. Although after all the back and forth, there's a lot of healing that needs to be done there. So that was my quick Twin Flames 101. So this next part has to do with either a soulmate or a twin flame of yours. Now I have it in the reverse. So this is about a connection that has a soul basis. This is a soulmate or a twin flame for you. But this is the journey card, right? But it's in the reverse, so it's slow to come in. So you might actually get a very small message from a soulmate or a twin flame. So someone might contact you or just send you a little text saying, "Hi, I just wanted to check on you during all of this. I hope you are well." It won't sound like a big opener for a big communication, but it's just a little tiny reaching out attempt, because through this thing that we're going through, souls are starting to call to each other. You will start to call to your soul family. Your twin flame souls will start to call to each other. Through the pain, the love calls the souls to each other. And when you get this, well, you know what? They're just telling me it might either be like a small text or phone call, or it might even be a dream. This person might come to you in a dream, and then you might have a dream about this person and wake up and think, wow, that was a pretty vivid dream. Like, it seems like a dream technically, but it felt more real than ever before. So it might be that this person's soul was speaking to you in the dream world. So they might come to you in a dream. The Freedom card is saying that they're saying two things. On one hand, it is free for you to love each other. There is a need for love in this world now. I'd say more than ever, but they're correcting me on that. They're saying it's always been needed. So you are free to love this other soul. At the same time, they're saying love is free. There's freedom in love. We had created a world where love included possession and ownership and barriers. And so they're saying that love now must be free. It must be love for the sake of loving, and only that. Love does not keep people down or hold people back. Love is free. So they're wanting you to remember that. You're free to love this other soul, But remember that love is free. Love is freedom. Love is freedom. And then the last card, wisdom. Through this connection, again, whether it's this person might actually reach out to you, or you might just dream about this person, and don't discount those really vivid dreams. Very often they are a way for souls to speak to each other in that dream state. Now, sometimes you really are just having a dream and processing thoughts or names that you heard in the day, but you can usually tell the difference because it feels like it just happened, that it wasn't a dream. So whether it's in real 3D world or in your dream state, this connection has something to teach you. There's a lesson for you to learn, something that will help you grow as a person, as a human. And so be open to the lesson. You don't have to search far for it, but if you heed the advice in the first explanation, so being open, being still, being ready to hear the message from the divine, you will receive a little piece of learning about yourself from this soul connection. So I hope that makes sense for all of you out there. I hope it resonates with all, if not at least many of you. Sounds like a really beautiful reading. It sounds like some really beautiful soul connections will be happening today and probably, within the next few days. It is amazing that when our hearts are hurting or in fear, very often the instinct is to reach out and connect and find love, which is a beautiful thing about humans, I think. So I hope that this connects with you and warms your heart in this time of isolation. Know that you are never truly alone. Not only do we have technology to keep us all connected and sharing loving messages, but the divine is always with us. It is literally within us, and we are connected to all. So with that, I wish you a beautiful, mystical, magical day, and until next time, stay magical.